Let's start off this conversation, this breakdown, with JP Terry. I'm taking a look back at last year before we break this down. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. JP Terry won 10 games last year. 10-4 walks into the playoffs. This man has a dominant squad. We ended up, myself that is, and JP Terry in the semifinals. And I only beat this man by less than 8 points. Look at this matchup right here. Last year. Wow. Baker Mayfield comes well in under his projections, and Jared Goff does what Jared Goff does. James Cook balls out of control. A-Chain, respectable, hits his numbers. Blake Corum exceeds his numbers. Josh Jacobs shits the bed. Justin Jefferson, for it being a playoff weekend, for championship weekend, I'm going to call that a shitting. I'm not. He scores 14 fantasy points. Okay? This was a tight matchup, and JP Terry's my guy. And I only beat him by 7 points. This team, and guess what? You guys, I keep stressing this point, and you got to pay attention to this point. All it takes for you to go to the playoffs in this is for you to win your division. I was 8-6, and I won my division with an 8-6 record. In fact, maybe I didn't even win my, let's check back. I don't even think I won my division. Let me check with in week 17. Let me check the numbers real quick before I say that. 9-5. I didn't even win my division. Fourth and Long won my division with 9-5. I was 8-6. Fresh Hollow Squad features some of the best players in the league. Standout: Jared Goff, Devin A-Chain, Josh Jacobs, Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Jacoby Myers, Trey McBride, Jacoby Krosky-Merritt, Jaden Higgins, Jamian Sherwood. He's got the Houston Texans defense, McLaughlin, kicker from Tampa Bay, Tyrone Tracy, Justice Hill, Troy Franklin, and he has also strong quarterback play on this team. I love this. I actually love this team. How can you not love this team? It won 10 games league. He had every reason to believe he was going to win the championship this year. He had Jordan Love, Tyrone Tracy, Justice Hill, Tyler Algier, Troy Franklin, Devontae Hicks, Hunter Henry, Will Lutz. This is a really solid. You know what this team is? This is a very balanced team. Okay? He has positional dominance with Trey McBride. Positional dominance with Justin Jefferson, even though he fell below expectations last year. The good, strong quarterback play. Jared Goff, Jordan Love. Jordan Love finishes the 2025 season with 3,381 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. Don't forget, this man got hurt in only 15 games. He had a passer rating of 101.2, QBR of 72.7, the third best for the NFL. Jared Goff, he finishes second in the NFL in both passing yards and touchdown, producing 4,564 yards, 34 touchdowns while completing 68% of his passes. Jared Goff is an elite fantasy producer. Passer rating 105, ranking him third in the league. Strong quarterback play. This year going in, I don't love Kyler Murray and I don't love J.J. McCarthy, but that goes to show you the talent of Justin Jefferson. He still produced with subpar quarterback play. Josh Jacobs, a little bit of offseason trouble, but he did score 13 rushing touchdowns last year, tied him for fourth most in the NFL while rushing for just under 1,000 yards, 929 on 234 carries. He was particularly dangerous in late games. That's the thing about Josh Jacobs. In late games, he scored 8 fourth-quarter rushing touchdowns, including 6 when the score was in 7 points. Bet on Josh Jacobs. DK Metcalf. In his first season with Pittsburgh, Metcalf caught 59 passes for 850 yards and 6 touchdowns. His 14.4 yards per reception showed he remained a major downfield threat despite finishing with the lowest yardage total of his career. Trey McBride. For J.P. Terry, Trey McBride delivered a monster season. 126 receptions, 1,239 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns. Talk about elite. He averaged more than 7 catches per game and scored 9 of his 11 touchdowns after halftime, making him one of fantasy football's most valuable tight ends. When you needed Trey McBride, he came through. That's reflected in the 10-4 record and the almost making it to the championship. The good? This team is a legitimate contender. He made it to the semifinals and only lost by 8 points. It's not a team that needs to be torn down. 10 wins and losing to the eventual champion says the core of this team was already good enough to win the league. This is a league-winning team without any contribution from the rookie draft that's coming up. He has enough firepower on this team right now to win our league. J.P. Terry is the man to beat. The bad? He's got some depth problems on this team. JP's relying heavily on uncertain younger options such as Jaden Higgins, Troy Franklin, and Dontavian Wicks. They have upside, but right now you don't really have a proven fourth receiver who can comfortably replace an injured starter. And we know injuries aren't random and can happen to anyone. So I'm guessing for this team, running back depth is also a little bit risky. Achane and Jacobs can carry the position, but behind them you have Tyrone Tracy and Justice Hill, Tyler Algier and Krosky Merritt. There's some useful pieces here, but not much guaranteed weekly volume. One injury to Achane or Jacobs could force JP into a committee-dependent starter situation. The ugly part is that this roster may be one injury away from looking average rather than dominant. His bench contains several recognizable names, but most of them are handcuffs, which goes to his intelligence and his drafting ability. J.P. Terry knows ball, but there's not a clear next man up who can confidently deliver 15 PPR points when Jefferson, Achane, Jacobs, or DK misses time. The overall verdict: elite core, top end PPR stars, premium tight end advantage, and championship level starting potential. This team, though, still, in my opinion, has an A-level ceiling. He fought me tooth and nail last year in the semifinals round, and I was able to squeak by on less than 8 points. Overall, this is a win now contender with a 2 to maybe, I'm going to say 3-year window, depending on what he does and the health of his star players.